When I last spoke to Sourav Ganguly at the tea time break, he thought it would end in a draw. It hasn't, Sourav?
Yeah, absolutely. As I said, the first hour would, after tea, would let us know where the game's going, and I said this could go to a draw. But I didn't know that Jonathan Trott can still play for England again. So that's where it is, and I think you got to give credit to India. They were remarkable in the last session.
Yes, we'll let Trotty know about your endorsement for his batting skills still. However, let's talk about the high points from the Indian point of view. Ravindra Jadeja in particular, that spell, Sourav, was a thing of beauty.
Yeah, absolutely, and you got to give credit to him. This was not an out-and-out turner, and I thought he bowled exceptionally well. The second new ball did the trick, the heart seam, extra bit of bounce, and extra bit of turn. And it went past England. But that's been the trend of England in this series. They've lost one, they've lost 2 or 3 in a row. The shot of Moeen Ali, I wish Alistair Cook asks him a few questions, that what was required, why was that shot required to be played at that part of the game. If you could bat it for another half an hour, another 40 minutes, the game would have been away from India's hands. But then you got to give credit to India. They kept putting pressure on England, and they have managed to be on the winning side.
Jadeja has been playing Test cricket for a while now. Just watching him in this performance, last 3 or 4 years, what are you seeing in terms of improvements as a left-arm spinner in his abilities?
I think this is the best I've seen him bowl for a long time, and the reason I say this, because the pitches have not been out-and-out rank turners. In the past in India, he's bowled on rank turners and just ran past teams along with Ashwin. But these were good pitches, especially today. It's not a day 5 pitch in Chennai. And I think you got to give credit to Jadeja with the way he's bowled. He's been accurate. He's kept coming at the batsman. And he's overall grown as a cricketer. You see his batting. He's got runs in the series. He's got wickets in the series. That's why I said with Anil Kumble around, your spinners are bound to improve. You're a very spin-heavy team in all conditions. And I think it is showing on the spinners.
He also got runs in this test match. Although when someone gets a 300 and someone a near 200 or 50 doesn't get recognition. Do you see Ravindra Jadeja as developing into a cricketer who can be useful for India in Test cricket overseas as well?
Well, with time, I can only give that answer. It also depends on whether India want to play 2 spinners overseas or not. So we'll have to wait to get that answer. But I think he's done well this series. If he can contribute with the bat as much as he did in this series at number 7, number 8, it will help India to play 5 bowlers. And if India play 5 bowlers in away tours in Australia, England or South Africa, then Ravindra Jadeja will come into the game because that will allow them to play 3 fast bowlers, Ashwin and Jadeja. So his contribution with the bat is important. I think he can bat, there's no doubt about it. He just got to get his head down and bite the bullet and play good knocks in Test cricket.
Just looking at the performance today, in particular, Sourav, from that Indian outfit, there were a few dropped catches and the first session went wicketless. From your point of view, how as a team, what's the conversation like in that scenario? How is it that you're approaching the task that you have at hand, which is to pick up 10 wickets in a very short period of time?
I think that's where Virat Kohli's captaincy came in. I think, that's where a captain, that's where a leader is required, that you need to stand up and deliver what the team needs to hear. So he must have said, and I can imagine that's very typical of Virat Kohli, that it's still not over. 60 overs is enough to get wickets. He must have seen in the series how wickets have fallen in clusters for England, and he kept pushing these boys. This is one of the good things we have seen in this series because they've played on good pitches which have not turned. They've lost 4 tosses and they've still managed to win 4 back-to-back test matches, which is remarkable.
Can we look at this a little bit from England's point of view, in particular, say, Alistair Cook? Now, this is something you would have experienced as an international cricketer, being captain in a job in which things are not going your way, the runs perhaps dry up sometimes. How do you approach it going forward? Because he's still got a few years of batting left in him. Do you sense that he's going to make a decision about his captaincy?
I don't know, to be honest, and I hope that he doesn't make a decision when he's in a dejected state of mind. I agree with Trevor Bellis that he's got 6 months away from Test cricket at the moment till till England start their home season. So he will have time to rethink about it. Depends also how well England do in the one-day matches under Ian Morgan. Three one-days to go, 3 T20s. So there's a lot more things to do. I've never believed that you should take any decision hastily, just on the edge of a loss or something wrong which has gone around. He's matured enough, you know. He's a remarkable player for England. He's done good things for England. You know, the same team, the same captain. I wouldn't say the same team, but the same captain beat India in 2012. So England will also have to look at their side, because with this spin attack, they cannot beat any team in the subcontinent, no matter who is the captain.
From an Indian point of view, lots of, happy headaches, if you like, in terms of selection. Karun Nair, obviously, Parthiv Patel putting his hand up as a wicket-keeper batsman. So clearly going forward, there seems to be a very solid bench strength now available.
Yeah, it is. Yes, absolutely. The batting has a lot of bench strength available. There are guys who stand up and scored runs. Karun Nair was remarkable in this test match. So it's a good problem to have. And as I said yesterday, this problem will be solved in the next 12 months when India go all around the world and stand up against pace and bounce. So at the present moment, I think let's leave it at that. There are 5 more test matches in India to come, and India will win all 5, to be honest. And then they will start on the road, and then we'll find out who stands up against good quality pace attack.
All right, before we let you go, were there any doubts in your mind about the man of the match selection? It went to Karun Nair. It almost doesn't matter in a team environment, but went to Karun Nair. Would you have been tempted to go in Jadeja's direction?
No, I think when there's a triple hundred centurion in the squad in an innings, it's very rarely goes to somebody else. And I think he did set the game up for India. Imagining India getting all out for 600, although I'm not imagining, because England could have still lost 10. So from that point of view, I think he set the game up for India, and very rightly he's the man of the match.
All right, thank you so much, Sourav, for joining us. Sourav Ganguly back for one final time, and thank you for all your contributions through this series on ESPN Cricinfo. Back for one last time on Sony ESPN, on ESPN Cricinfo Match Day. That's at 10 p.m. tonight, where we look back on the whole series. So clearly going forward, there seems to be a very solid bench strength now available.
Yeah, it is. Yes, absolutely. The batting has a lot of bench